media is all targeted on our philosophy. What's our philosophy? Our philosophy is the way we think, the way we reason, the way we see things, right? The TV, you talk about TV program. It's a programming, it's seeking to program people, right? Media seeks to program your subconscious mind. The media is not after your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is just a gate. Every media is after your subconscious mind because your subconscious mind controls your life. Your subconscious mind is where your philosophy resides. So every media, whether it be TV, radio, the church, newspaper, politics, government, everybody's targeting your subconscious mind, right? Because that's where the stories, the history of your life resides. It's not your conscious mind. It's the history of your life, the story of your life, what you do when you're not actively thinking is all stored in your subconscious mind, right? Your conscious mind is just a protector of that place, right? So every media seeks to affect your way of thinking, which is called your philosophy. Your way of thinking will affect the way your attitude towards wealth, towards money, towards sowing, towards reaping, towards giving, towards receiving. Everything about your life, is controlled by your philosophy, which is your way of thinking, right? And that's what media is trying to affect, whether it be in the church, whether it be in radio, TV, even we that we're talking right now. All we're trying to do is affect each other's philosophy, our way of thinking, trying to check whether it's okay, not okay, make some adjustments. So God says, come and let's reason together, right? Let's look at things, whether you can do it better, something you need to change, something you need to do more of, less of. God is trying to affect your philosophy also, your way of thinking, right? All right. I think I've covered every aspect. I'm going to stop here unless you have a question. If you don't, then I have two things, just running through some advantages and disadvantages of social media. Those are the next two slides. But I'm going to stop here. Any question for me, something you want me to emphasize on, or anything you want to add? And anything from your end, Toba?
Oh no, since I came in a bit late, so very late, so I will have to just check up the slides and be able to get a full grasp of everything said.
All right, great.
I had some
And
little
anything from your side?
No, nothing.
Nothing. All right, great. Let's just look at some advantages and disadvantages here on social media. So this is just running through 7 effects of social media, positive effects of social media, right? Which also can just be any media. But social media is just the fact that people are relating with one another. There's opportunity for feedback. So social media makes it easier to make friends, so that's a good thing about the social media. You can make friends easily. Today I have friends in Botswana, Papua New Guinea, have friends everywhere. Zambia, have friends, a lot of friends in Zambia, Philippines. People I probably never meet in my life, but we get to relate over the social media. We get to counsel people, whether Philippines, that's what social media makes available to us. There's also the negative side. There are people that go to sin, on social media and do a lot of terrible things, but it's up to us, a choice, as it were. It helps us to have empathy, right? We have that time to look at how people people's as it were shortcomings. So you have a lot of people then able to do all this growth fund and all of that. There's a speed of communication. I sent something before I said Jack Robinson. Someone has replied. Someone in America, someone in London, and it's almost it's almost unimaginable, because in 2 seconds I've sent something in 2 seconds or less. Someone has replied from Botswana, so it's so fast, it brings us to a small village, it helps us to build relationship. But we have to be careful in the building relationship because If all your life is around social media, you might not be enjoying the fullness of life. As we balance between social media and reality of life, you have to be able to lead both of them in a balanced way. I mean, if you just leave, you need a balance between that, because a lot of people hide in social media, right? So they're in the boss, or the life they live is just on social media. They don't know how to do face-to-face living, so they're living a fake life. You need to be able to balance both, be able to relate on screen and face-to-face also. That's what life is about, balance. News travels faster, no doubt, and we can easily find people on common ground. There's also a negative side to common ground, where we talk about groupthink, where people try to bully you to follow their idea. A groupthink is not of God, it's of the devil. God expects everyone to make their own decision and not be bullied by a group. Just quickly run through some negative aspects of social media. It reduces face-to-face interaction. That's why I said we need to get a balance around that. It increases the craving for attention, that, and some people have that, we call it FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, right? People are all about, oh, how many likes do you have? Oh, how many friends do you have? Or a lot of people on YouTube are always talking about, oh, like my video, oh, subscribe, oh, I have probably 1,000 videos out there on YouTube. I've never told anybody to like it. I've never told anybody to subscribe. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, fine. I'm not doing it because for people to like it. I'm doing it because I believe that's what I need to do, and I believe I'm providing value. I might not have any like today, at the right time. Mine is to continuously judge myself and get better. But I am not a slave of people's like or people's subscription. It could distract us from life goal because you spend too much time on screen. You're not leading life. You're not following your goals. It can lead to depression because you're just on your own. You're not relating with people. If you spend too much time on it and you're not relating with people, you might lose out on your relationship. Like my children, you told me that years back, I love Facebook so much, so I have to be careful that I don't spend too much time on Facebook, that I miss out time with them. It's a whole balance, it could stunt creativity because they're not spending time to think, and spending time to think and come up with new solutions. Obviously, there's cyberbullying, and there's also could be self-esteem because you're hiding behind a screen. You're not able to leave face to face and stand up. Yeah, it could affect your sleep because the rays from the computer are meant to keep you awake. So you have to find a way not to lose sleep by looking too much at the screen. And also, it lacks privacy. People can easily abuse you or make comments on what you're posting out there. So there are all of those challenges with it, but in the midst of the challenge, there are a lot of benefits. So it's up to us to find ways to cover ourselves from the challenges or the threats and utilize the opportunities, the potentials, So may God grant us all wisdom.
Amen.
All right, that's all I got. If there's no question, we're going to close it for today.
All right.
You all want me to send you the slides, or you're good? You have the book, right?
Yeah, we can watch it.
All right, yeah, it's on YouTube. All of that, you can always watch it online. It runs online, yes. All right, let me let you go then. And you need to go to church.
Yes.
That's why you need to go prepare for tomorrow. All right. God bless you. So see you next Sunday then.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Have a great week. God bless you.
Amen.